For the shading, we're going to use some pencil crayons, just a variety of colours. Right, I'm just going to pick a colour. So we're going to start with just one of our simpler blocks. Remember, when you're shading, you need to choose where the light source is going to be coming from. I usually work on the premise that the light is coming from the top right or the top left. There's usually, obviously, light is always coming from above, whether it be the sun or whether it be a light bulb in a room. So it's pretty much always coming down on the object. Could be directly above, but just to make it more interesting, we're going to come in from the side here. We start on this block here, very simple. So the light is coming in this direction with my pencil. So first of all, we decide where the light areas are going to be. They're going to be on top here. The darkest area is going to be the face, or the face of the block, which is furthest away from the light source. So in this case, it'll be this area here. Possibly some light will hit this face, so that'll be a kind of medium or in between tone, and dark in here, and probably medium inside there as well. So we always start with the darkest tone. So we're going to start on this side, and if you want to with this, you can actually use a ruler to help you, and what we're going to do is use the ruler to stop us from going over the edge. Like so. So that's going to be my darkest tone. See that my pencil crayon is always going in the same direction along this line here. So I'm doing parallel, I'm not scribbling or going any other direction. Next I'm going to do the next dark tone, which will be here, because that surface is again hidden away from the light. I'm going to do my medium tone, which will be here. So now what I'm going to do is press on a little bit lighter with my pencil. I'm not putting as much pressure on the pencil crayon as I did when I did the dark tone. Again, I'm using my ruler to help me. There we go. Obviously don't do that too dark. You want to be able to tell the difference between the medium and the dark tone there. Okay, and then the top, very lightly indeed, and very quickly as well. Don't really need my ruler this time. So very lightly on top, just to give that impression the light's in that area. And in here, I'm going to do this in medium tone. But what I'm going to do is just make it look a bit more realistic. Is obviously the light's coming from this direction, so there won't be as much light hitting this area here, because this area will be in shadow slightly from this part of the block that sticks out. So I'm just going to make that darker towards there and lighter as it moves away. And there we go, just very quickly, very simply. It's not exact, but it gives us a good representation of the shading on the block, and it just really makes that block come to life. Turns, really changes it from a two-dimensional drawing into a three-dimensional object. Okay, we're going to have a go at one of the chairs now. So we'll have a go at this one. Let's change my colour. Go for a blue. So this time, again, I think the light source is going to come from this direction. So we need to decide which areas are going to be light, medium or dark. But definitely this is going to be the dark side here, and this side of the legs as well. This would possibly be medium, definitely light on the seat there, possibly medium or light here. Quite a bit of light will hit that, so it will be medium to light, and then definitely a light on the top here, the top strip here. Definitely underneath here, it's going to be dark as well, medium on the front of the legs. Okay, so we always start with the dark the dark tone. Again, the direction of my pencil crayon is always the same, as much as possible anyway. I'm just going to cheat a little bit though. Just sometimes you need to move your pencil in another direction though, just to get that line nice and crisp. The legs will be the same colour as the chair, I think. So that's definitely going to be dark. Definitely underneath here is going to be dark. Even darker really than the dark side itself, and definitely the leg underneath there. Okay, the medium tone is going to be here on the front of the chair, so the front of those legs are going to be medium. So again, you're not putting as much pressure on the pencil. You're using pressure on the pencil to generate the different tones, so dark, medium. I'll continue with my medium. But this time, this medium is going to be not as dark as the front of the chair, so quite light there, because there will be quite a bit of light hitting that surface, and this surface just very light indeed. What you're looking for is contrast. You're looking for contrast between the three tones, so we can tell. So it gives us enough information to tell where the light's coming from. So there we go. That will do. This time on the chair, we're going to add a little shadow. So we need a black pencil crayon and add a shadow underneath the chair. The light's coming from this direction, but we're going to do a very simple shadow, and the shadow is going to be just underneath the chair. So what I'm going to do is redrawing in your guidelines, and the shadow will basically be the shape of the base of the chair, or the shape of the seat of the chair. It's going to be underneath. The edges of the shadow are parallel, drawing in parallel lines. This isn't a realistic shadow really. There would be, you can imagine there would be a shadow underneath the chair. Again, I'm trying to keep my pencil crayon moving in the same direction as much as I can. Sometimes that's not possible. And there we go. So it just adds another dimension to the drawing. Makes it look like it's a chair, it's an object sitting on a surface. That's great, that's fine.